While some citizen advocates work on their own, others become involved in more formal lobbying efforts. Law professor Joseph Olson became involved in advocacy around firearms-related issues and formed the Gun Owners Civil Rights Alliance. He was a central player in the effort to overhaul Minnesota's permit-to-carry laws.
I went to Kinko's and I got 1,000 flyers made up for a meeting to organize a group to push reform of Minnesota's concealed carry laws. I went to a gun show, stood in the door, and passed them out. About 80 to 90 people showed up. And it's amazing, out of that 80 people, we found the 8 or 9 people who stuck together through the entire 9-year process to get the statute changed. Essentially, we went out and identified the folks who cared about the issue, and we provided some organization and leadership for them. And they began to talk to their legislators all around the state of Minnesota, and people began to hear about this issue. I think what drove the organization was that we were constantly having small successes. We went from no hearings to having the town meetings that we organized ourselves, to having votes in one or the other house where we lost, but the numbers kept getting closer and closer. We got a pro-carry reform plank in the Republican Party platform, and it turned out that they won in 2000, and it turned out that they won in 2002, and it turned out that we were then able to go around and say, hey, this is in the platform you won on. We want hearings, and we got hearings.
We have just one bill on our agenda today. That's House File 261.
The issue got before the public, and the public liked it.
I expect that this bill will probably take the entire...
After the 2002 election, it was obvious the votes were there in the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, I rise today to speak in opposition, obviously, to this bill. And I also have a flak jacket on.
They had the longest Senate floor hearing in history.
Senator Kelly, thank you for awakening me this afternoon after 8-9 hours, or what it seems like 8 or 9 hours of debate.
In any case, the bill passed in 2003 by a 2/3 majority in the House and by about a 60% majority in the Senate. I think the first thing you have to have is thorough knowledge of your subject. You have to have perseverance. You have to get up and go over there during the legislative session, probably 2 days a week. You have to spend a lot of time going past offices where nobody is. It took us almost 10 years to get the bill passed. I mean, that's the job we did, and I'm continually amazed that 10 people could be so successful.
People that got drug and alcohol problems, why are we locking them up instead of putting them in treatment somewhere, giving them what they need to overcome that? People that got mental illness disorder or mental illness.
Rico Howard is a St. Paul resident who has become re-engaged with political activity after walking away from it over 2 decades ago.
It's exactly what we need, so I'm glad you're working on those ideas,
right,
and glad you're here at the Capitol to advocate for it.
Thank you. And I look forward to working with you. Would you help me push some of these
I'd
things?
be glad to talk
I'll stay in contact with
Please
you.
do.
I was 17, did nonprofit work, worked at City Hall, walked away from it. 25 years later, I'm back full circle doing policy change work again, which I probably should have been doing the whole time. Hi, Barry. This was Rico Howard calling from Project Superman. Our main focus is getting veterans off the streets and creating some stable housing for our veterans, because they are the real superheroes. They make it possible for us to have these freedoms. Then I would like to create multiple workforces, and I want to give hope to the financially displaced, people that feel forgot about, that feel cut out of the loop.
I believe within myself that I can.
I rally for multiple things. People call me, yeah, I'm going to help you on your rally, whether it's for criminal justice or health care.
The BCA still has the authority to basically...
I had a friend, Vondell Palmer, call me. We were at the state capitol with the Criminal Justice Reform Second Chance Coalition. He's had an expungement and everything, and this stuff still shows up on his record. He's still being denied jobs. He's still being denied housing.
Hi. We would like to speak with Tim Mahoney.
We were up at the state capitol rallying about that one day, you know, and he wanted to talk to the legislators and people about that.
I have a business card too, if that would help. Thanks.
It's hard work. You got to talk to so many different people. Some people are blow you off. Some people listen to you. Some people get mad at you. It gets a little, you know, depressing sometimes where you be like, well, you know, you second guess yourself. Can I really do this? You know, but I've always been the kind of person, when I'm told no, I try harder. And again, I'm Rico Howard. You will hear about me again. I'm pretty sure we'll meet again. And
in high school, Rico Howard worked for the Minneapolis mayor's office. He entertained thoughts of pursuing work in the public policy field.
You know, I always knew racism existed in America. I didn't know on that level until I entered the workforce. And I had some bad things happen. That was a trying time for me. Well, I was reporting to work one day. I got to leave school early, and I was actually going through the city center to use the Skyway system to walk over to City Hall. A female cop stopped me, asked me what I was doing. I told her I was going to work. She didn't believe me for some reason, so she took my briefcase and she went through all my documents. They took me downstairs in the basement of the city center, roughed me up a little bit. I was arrested, released. I talked to a few of my colleagues that I worked with, explained the situation to them. But after that, it sort of just made me not want to do no kind of work like that. And I left, and I left angry. I didn't feel like a citizen because I didn't feel that the laws of this country were for me. I never felt that way. I just was walking around not knowing who I wanted to be, what I wanted to be. I've been everything. People that know me will tell you I've tried it all, from being a garbage man, mailman, drug dealer. I did have in my past, you know, time when I wasn't doing everything positive, where, you know, I had a little criminal element to my life, you know, and still, I wasn't satisfied. And I looked at my life and everything was in disarray. And you gotta look in that mirror and see who you looking at. And you gotta be comfortable with what you see. But yeah, let's go ahead with December 15th, 10 o'clock. Now that I've gotten back into this, I see the world different, you know. What I do, my kids is gonna inherit, you know. So now I know you gotta lead by example sometimes. I think I got some good ideas, and I believe I can make a difference.
Over the past months, Rico Howard has been re-engaging with the world of political advocacy. He's been involved in several volunteer initiatives and has been trying to start jobs training programs in St. Paul and Ramsey County.
And I just want to make sure that we give her a round of applause and acknowledge.
Today, he is being presented with an award for parent leadership at a Capitol Press event.
And for his commitment to children and community, Rico Howard of St. Paul.
Your life, that's what you make it. You don't let other people make plans for what your life should be. You control that. You know, your fate, your destiny is controlled by you. Plus, when it's all over with, it's what you do with your time that really counts.
I used to think that not one person could change anything. It takes a group or a large amount of money to change things. I no longer believe that. So when people say that my voice doesn't matter or I don't count because I'm only one person, that's hogwash.
I think that government is
as accessible and transparent as people allow it to be. In other words, government becomes more transparent and more accessible the more citizens are involved. And government and public policy is the one place that we all come together to say what will affect all of us. It's the one place we have to do that, and it really needs everybody's voice.